When somebody calls, the public is inviting you into the worst day of their life, and we're there just to make it better. We respond to every type of incident: fires, all emergencies to include elevators, water emergencies, electrical emergencies, carbon monoxide emergencies, scuba emergencies, beach emergencies, rope rescue emergencies. I've served in every one of those rescue scenarios and received all the training that you could possibly receive from the New York City Fire Department in every possible scenario. As a captain, you're responsible for everything in the firehouse. So you have to manage the members, the firehouse, do the everyday workings of the firehouse, the members' payroll, all the administrative duties, and then on top of that, then you get to go on the calls. And when you go on the calls, you manage the men on the calls, you interact with the public, you ensure that the mission is accomplished, and you try the best you can to keep everybody working as a team, moving forward to accomplish the goals of the company. So sometimes it's as simple as asking somebody to shut off a valve in somebody's apartment, or it can be as challenging and demanding as a fire scenario where you're actually confronted with a very serious fire condition, and you have to weigh the fire condition against the responsibility, split second, to make a decision to save a life. We want to go home safely, but we take every possible risk necessary to rescue civilians and serve the public of New York City. I actually started in this area in a neighboring firehouse 23 years ago. I recognized I wanted to be a leader. So the best way to be a leader is to have the most experience and knowledge that you can. And then I applied to be a member of the Elite Special Operations Command, where you receive all the vast training and all the extra emergencies and curriculum, hazmat, radiation emergencies, chemical warfare weapons emergencies, things like that. I spent 12 years there in the Special Operations Command. And then once I became a lieutenant, I found it very gratifying. So I knew I wanted to be a captain. And then I knew that when I became a leader, I wanted to mentor and encourage excellence. And that's what the public doesn't see. The public doesn't see the firehouse training, the actual scenario-based training, how we put each other through a rigorous training session, how we always try to sharpen ourselves to be better. And the learning never stops. Until the day you leave this job, you should be learning. 6 inches above or below the lock. But now we're working as a team, right? You'll call your shots. Hit. 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 There you go. I gave a training session in Manhattan. We were talking about auto extrication, how to cut somebody out of a car. And I had learned a very special technique when I was in special operations of how to do a particular hairy removal. And within 2 weeks, I responded to a car crash that had that scenario in it with most of the crew who I had taught 2 weeks prior. And one of the members used that technique to rescue somebody. And I had more gratification out of seeing that young man succeed by something that I taught him than pretty much anything I've ever done in my career. And that's when I knew I made the right decision to be a mentor, to try to promote excellence and professionalism. And that's really how we succeed as a team, not only in the present, but in the future.